I've been putting together lots of strips of patchwork so that I can make some new bookmarks up for my shop. So I'm just going through my box of little bits of trim because I always like to add something at the top that kind of sticks out the book. This is just one of my early bookmarks that I made for myself. So it's got a bit of ribbon at the top, so I'm just having a look to see what to put in the top. So it's probably going to be something like this, just some little crocheted lace. So I'm just having a look, seeing what I've got. My box is a little bit messy, but it's a pretty mess. I love all these trims and things. I've got so many, and so many that I don't ever know what I'm going to do with them. But I really like them. They'd be nice on like a cushion or something. Going across the middle of it, things like that. And I love trim like this. Is this broderie on glaze? I'm not sure. I just love it. So pretty. I've got little cream bits. I can imagine little girls' dresses just trimmed with these little petticoats. So sweet. So I'm just gonna maybe have a little tidy up as I go and find some bits to put on the top of some bookmarks, and the bookmarks will go in the shop when they're done. The bookmarks are a very small item that I can post just using a stamp, so I don't need to make a trip to the post office. So I'm just gonna, I can focus on a few little new products like that. I managed to get bags cut out for the mystery boxes as well, so I'm going to try and work on those as and when I can. But this was just something really quick that I managed to put together last night. I've done a few, I've got quite a few made up. I like these ones. I kind of went a bit wonky with these, but purposely wonky, and I quite like that actually. And I love just how many different bits of fabric are in there. I really like that look. Loads. So I'm going to get on with those. It's Friday the 27th of March. We have just had the most strangest week. It's just been really weird. There's been kind of not a lot of work going on, not a lot of school work going on. I feel like we've been really unproductive, and it's almost been a bit of a waste of a week really. And I know that we're kind of going through some really weird times at the moment, but I keep looking back at the days so far and thinking, if we've got all this time at home and we're kind of forced not to do much else, then maybe we should be using it a bit better. I'm thinking maybe I could do making some plans for things that have been needing to get done, you know, just to get them done. Maybe, I don't know. I mean, I know things are a bit uncertain just now and it's really hard to kind of feel normal, but I think if I can at least say, well, I got this done, I've got this done, I might feel a bit better. So it might be time to kind of have a look at what jobs have been waiting to get done and maybe try and get some done. Work-wise, this week has just been, I feel like I've not got very much done at all. Managed to get some orders posted. I did go to the post office on Wednesday, I think it was, and bought a big pile of stamps. So any smaller items that can go in the post box are going in the post box, and anything bigger or going overseas I'm going to hang on to, and I'm just going to go to the post office once or twice a week. I had sort of mentioned issues with stuff going out to America. I haven't heard anything official. I think the news is just that there will be delays. A couple of people have asked me to keep a hold of their orders until it's a bit safer to post them, which is fine, but the majority of people haven't said anything, so I've just been posting those ones overseas. So if you've had an overseas order from me that has gone out this week and you'll have had an Etsy dispatch note, then maybe you could just let me know when that arrives with you, because then I'll know roughly how long things are taking and I'll know that things are getting through, and then I can pass that message on to other customers who are waiting for me to post their items. I received a package today from the UK and the postage date on it was the 21st of March and this is the 27th. So things are taking a lot longer even to go UK to UK. So if you're ordering, please just, I mean it's obvious, isn't it? Please just be aware that there will be delays. I'm not going to worry about it at all. I'm quite sure stuff will arrive. So if you've ordered from me, just be patient, and I can only hope that it will reach you soon. We haven't really had much structure to our days, although we've had a slight structure in that I'm trying to keep doing my exercise in the mornings just as I normally would. If I don't do it in the morning, then I won't do it at all. So today was a run day. I run alternate days. So I mean, I'm not setting my alarm, so we're not getting up particularly early. So by the time I went for a run and came home, get a shower, get changed, and then sorting out any orders and stuff, and then having some lunch, and then I'm trying to get Joshua set up to do some schoolwork in the afternoon so that I can at least get a bit of work done. It's kind of easier said than done, isn't it? It's not really easy when you can't really, I can't be there supervising him all the time, otherwise I wouldn't get anything done work-wise. So he's been doing a lot of arts and crafts. We did quite a bit of baking yesterday, and he did oh no, more arts and crafts. Yeah, loads of arts and crafts going on, as you can imagine. We don't really seem to have a lot of anything too heavy getting sent home from school. There's a list of activities and they are quite varied and quite sort of a broad spectrum. It's not like sheets and sheets of maths or writing or anything like that. It's kind of quite doable stuff, so that's quite good, and it's stuff Joshua can do without supervision. So yeah, I'm trying to clear a bit of space in terms of time and just come in here and get on with some stuff, just so that I can feel like I am achieving something at the end of the day, because I've had a few days of just feeling like I've done nothing when I haven't done nothing, but if I haven't got stuff to show for it, then it does feel a bit hard to feel like I've done anything useful. I've got all the bags cut out for the mystery boxes, so that's good, and I'm just going to work away on those little by little. I managed to make some patchwork bookmarks. They went in the shop. There's just one left. which is actually my favourite one. It's got a cute little ribbon at the top with some hearts on it, and it's just lovely colours. So that's still in the shop at the moment. I think I'm going to do lots more of those. I have set aside a little basket, and what I'm going to do when I've got scraps is just cut them into usable size pieces and make sure they're straight in terms of the edge pieces, and I'm just going to try and do a little at a time. I've got obviously a big scrap bucket, but they're all just odds and ends in terms of sizes and shapes, so I'm going to work through some of those a bit at a time and cut them up and fill up here, and then that way when I want to make some patchwork products I could just dive in here. So I'm going to try and do a bit more of that every time I'm in here, because the bookmarks are something that I can just work away on, sort of, I can keep coming back to them, and I do need to use up my scraps, so I think that's a good thing for me to be doing. Plus these can go in the mail in the UK, so I can post these to you easily, so look out for these going in the shops. And in my shop there are still some DPN cozies left, and lots of my small products like stitch markers, the wooden discs, needle gauges, my Sewing Me pins, other badges, yeah, there's loads of little things still in my shop, so have a look if you are looking to buy anything. I have something else to share with you. My socks are finished, yay! These are my Hermione's Everyday socks. This is the first time I am seeing them on the blockers, so it's really interesting to see the way the colours have gone. Slightly stripy there as well. Very stripy looking actually, I didn't notice that at the time of knitting them at all. So these are done in the yarn that I dyed myself using black currants. So I now have no sock whips, which means I can start some new ones. Isn't that how it works? I really like the way the heel looks on these. This is a fish lips kiss heel, but I like the way that the yarn has gone on the heel there. Really pretty. It's such a subtle kind of stripe that you don't really see it until you're a bit further away. So they are lovely, I like those. I just did a 1x1 rib, normal rib on the top of these just for quickness. I'm saying that it still took me a couple of evenings to do the rib. So yeah, they're done. I think what I would really like to do is dig out some yarn scraps and plan a scrappy pair of socks or two. I think I might plan one, a patterned pair and a vanilla pair, and that way, depending on my mood, my energy levels and what I'm in the mood for, I already said that, my mood and my energy levels, I can choose which ones to work on. I don't know, does anybody else feel a bit weird about starting projects during this time, because they're going to be our coronavirus projects, and I don't know how we're going to feel about looking back on them in the future. Are we going to like them? Are we going to hate them? Are we going to be reminded of some really weird, strange times? I'm not quite sure. It's really good to work on something, but I am worried about how we are going to feel about those projects in years to come. I'm going to look back and have a really weird feeling about them. Yeah, that's on my mind, but I mean, I'm still going to be making stuff because it's good for the soul, isn't it? So yeah, I'm definitely going to dig out my little mini scraps, which I can't wait to do actually. I think I'll do that over the weekend because I'm going to have a right good play doing that, so I need to, if I do it at the weekend then I don't feel guilty for wasting time, as it were. I've got obviously no plans for the weekend. Saturday tomorrow, so that will be waffles or pancakes. I did manage to get some packet mixes of Aunt Bessie's waffle and pancake mix when I went to Pound Stretchers a couple of weeks ago, because I couldn't get any self-raising flour. Tonight we're having homemade pizza. We made sourdough, I baked a sourdough today and I doubled up on the dough, so the second lot of dough is still in the fridge and we'll use that for pizzas, so that's going to be really yummy. The fridge is starting to get empty, which is a really weird feeling. The fruit bowl's getting empty, the fresh veg is going down, so normally by this point I would be going to the supermarket, but I'm not going to. going to hold off. I think we'll be fine for another week. I've got frozen fruit so we can have smoothies, and this morning I microwaved some blueberries, frozen blueberries, and I just made like a fruit compote, and I had it with Greek yogurt and granola, and that was lovely. It was like fruit crumble. So I'm not worried that we are going to be missing out on anything. It just feels kind of weird, because I would normally go to the shops to replace stuff. But I don't know if I'm kind of alone in feeling quite excited about the challenge of actually using what I've got, because so many of us just go shopping just as a routine every week or more than once a week, and we buy more and more food all the time, when actually what we've got in our cupboards and our freezers would last us just fine. We've probably got certainly got more than a week's worth of dinners in the freezer in the cupboard, so I'm not worried at all. And the sourdough certainly keeps us going as well by having that for lunches. So yeah, I'm just going to get on with a bit more sewing now that I have some time to do it. And tomorrow's Saturday, so I'm going to go out and get some supplies for my mum and dad. They got milk and newspaper and stuff like that, so I can go to the newsagents, which is the same shop as the post office, and get everything under one roof, and then go and drop it off at my mum's. So yeah, it's a bit of a quiet vlog today, but some days are a bit quieter than others, aren't they?